Colocado. Ahora solo falta que tengas un buen arranque en la salida. No pierdas de vista el semáforo. La secuencia de arranque comenzará en cuanto la parrilla esté formada. Prepárate con el embrague.
Well, everybody, welcome back. So welcome to the Callum Boysen career. We've got 100% Monaco Grand Prix. Lights out. Away we go. Sainz with a pretty good start. Leclerc with a good start as well. Behind us, this could be a bore fest, but Leclerc doesn't get us into turn one. We managed to hold it around the outside. Sainz already with a 6th, 10th gap ahead of us. At the back, we're not sure where Russell is. He qualified 11th. Of course, that's the wrong one.
Los secos son los mejores neumáticos por ahora.
That's the fastest lap.
A tu compañero de equipo le sacamos 3,4 segundos. Tiene enduros recién puestos. Va en 11ª posición.
So George not making up any positions. We've got a lot of understeer.
Todo está a punto.
No damage though, according to Mark. So, all sounding good. This is season 3 of career mode, of course. Sainz really slow there through the Nouveau chicane. We could have been on pole in qualifying. With pretty big lock up into Raskas and swimming pool. Really hurt our chances. We lost a few tenths, which actually gave Sainz the pole by just above a 10th. Order remains the same then. On to lap 2. Don't forget the 2-stop, of course, a requirement. But with the rain scheduled for the end of this race, maybe that becomes a 3-stop. So actually, Williams and Mercedes, the only teams with 2 cars in the top 5. But 3 different constructors in the top 3. I think there is 5 different in the top 10. We will just confirm that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 different constructors. My apologies. Now, in a contrast to real life, Carlos and Albon shouldn't be up here, and really neither should Hamilton or the Mercedes. Leclerc kind of makes sense in P3. I could see that because, if I remember correctly, that's where he finished in real life. Oh bollocks. Sainz with a big wiggle there. We've actually done a Sainz. Tapping the inside wall in Raskas. Still no damage, luckily. 15.3 from Sainz, 15.5 from us. Looks like George applying just a little bit of pressure to Nico Hülkenberg for P10. Now in this career mode, obviously this is the first stream we've done, so we've actually had a couple of driver moves, and as a matter of fact I'll walk you through them right now. So the highest driver that's moved teams is obviously us, starting in the Haas, but you see Kimi Antonelli in Aston Martin. Stroll isn't on the grid, and as a matter of fact, if we scroll down, neither is Max Verstappen. So Ocon actually moved from Haas. Well, we replaced him back in season 1. So Schumacher, Michael Schumacher, replaced us going into this season. 2 seasons at Haas. We had, I think, 2 wins, couple of podiums. Behrman actually getting a win in Season 1 in Imola, so round 3, which that was. Trying around the outside of Sainz, through to back. How are we still side by side? We're going to back out. That's not a smart move. But yeah, two seasons at Haas. Mercedes picked us up. We had a lot better time in Season 1. I think we were 7th in the championship in Season 1. I think it was P10 or 11 in Season 2, so not the best. We didn't have the best of results in Season 2. I think we got P5 in Silverstone reverse, P11 in Austria reverse, and of course the only win that we had last season came in Zandvoort reverse. So we picked up some points here and there. The occasional top 10 finish, including the win, of course. Sainz very slow for the chicane, and throughout most of the track, of course. But he just gets that good of a run out of Raskas. But he's actually had a bit of oversteer coming out of La Piscine. But we're going to look to the inside, and Anthony knows, of course, that's never going to work. So we do attempt to back out. A little bit of contact with the Spaniard there. Shall we get a Russell update? I do believe he is still P11. He is indeed still P11. So it looks like a little train of Pierre Gasly, obviously Hulkenberg, our teammate George Russell. Oh, sugar. Wow. Well, that was a form of miracle that we've kept that outer wall. The front's actually pinpoint perfect. I would love to be able to see that barrier. Just tapping the wall there. And actually, sideways into the hairpin. So, a grand job to have kept out of the wall there.
Con los neumáticos. Sigue cuidándolos.
Now, of course, with that mistake, the tyre wear shot up a little bit. 8% on the rears now. We did have to rev them a little bit. The fronts are going to be a little flat spotted. You can just about see just a small amount of wear on the front right. .6 then, 2 Leclerc behind, 1.7 now. So breaking out of the Monagas DRS, which is good, which means we can apply all the more pressure to Carlos Sainz, and Alex Albon can apply all the more pressure to Charles Leclerc. The aim was, we spent 2 seasons at Haas, and then we try and get a secret meeting with Ferrari, try and move to the Maranello outfit, of course, but they never came. Mercedes called, and we moved to Brackley. Whoa. Sainz again through the new chicane. We've tried to go around the outside again, edging ahead, but not through swimming pool. We should know this by now. Let's get a little replay of what happened to Carlos Sainz. Just hops over the curb then in the new chicane. We managed to get around the outside. It's a back. Obviously Sainz, he doesn't really want to be on the inside, but we leave him plenty of room. Pretty good run then through obviously swimming pool for him. So we do back out. We're looking for any way now past the Spaniard, because we can get on with this race and we can win it. But through Sector 2 and Sector 3, it's just going to be a struggle. With Carlos just getting that good of a run out of Anthony Nose and Raskas. Ignore that corner cut. It wasn't me. But with Carlos getting such a good run, we're going to need to pray that he makes a mistake. I've seen some Mirabeau into the hairpin, the Nouveau Chicane, anywhere really. We can try and swoop around the Spaniard. Maybe back the field up so George can catch up. But we're thinking about ourselves today. In our first race for Mercedes, we want to try and win. Especially getting our first win in the Principality. That would be incredible. Did Sainz have oversteered there? In the tunnel? Sort of. But again, Sainz hops over the curb. Actually, it does hit us. Does he chop our wing off? Let's get the vehicle condition. Indeed he does not. I'm sure in real life he may well have done. But we think about the inside on Carlos there. Very slow through Sector 3 is the Williams. But even still... I didn't do that, guys. But even still, down the straights, it's a rocket ship. It's incredible, really. So like I say, in the corners, that is definitely our biggest advantage to try and get around the Spaniard. But he's not making any mistakes apart from in the Nouveau Chicane, and it tightens up too much to get the move done. Through to back, we could in theory launch it round to back, but that's really dangerous and could ruin, see, ours and Carlos's race. Lap 8 then, out of 78, so 70 more laps to go. And we cross the line, of course. Bit of oversteer through Portier on the exit. That's okay. Lap 29 to 63 our pit window, so we could, in theory, make 2 pit stops in the last 10 laps. But we go round, Carlos is outside and into the lead in Monte Carlo. What a move. I didn't even mean to do that. Let's get the replay on side. What the hell? Who's this? Colapinto? Wait. Why has he got 10 on the helmet? Hold on. It's Colapinto. Why has he got 10 on the helmet? I want to look at your goddamn helmet, Franco. Damn it. There we are. Huh. Must be his F2 helmet. Question is then, 29, very, very funny. From Colapinto. Where actually? Where is Hajar? I just clocked that. Where is Hajar? Oh, by the way, Norris using the number 1. Mainly because Verstappen isn't even on the grid. Hajar isn't actually on the grid either. I didn't realise that. When did Hajar go off the grid? I don't know. Oh, fiddlesticks, why did I rewind to here? Oh well. We're going to look to the inside. On Raskas, we lock up, hit the Spaniard, push him wide, but we get the move done. I don't want to say pretty clean, because it wasn't. But we're going to press on now. We're going to see what we can do. Unleash the pace we've got in this Mercedes car. Up the hill though, obviously on all these mini little straights, Carlitos is going to gain. we'll see what we can do. Obviously the V-carb of Colapinto seems to be just lounging around at the back a little bit. 29 on the car, not 43. You'd expect to see 43, but you don't see 43, so here we are. Big lock up there, as a matter of fact, into the new chicane. It's okay, we did just graze the wall. System's all good, awesome. Should we jump into cockpit cam? Why the heck not? Okay, we shouldn't jump into cockpit cam. I wonder. Okay, it's not going to change the angle. There we are. That's the angle I want to see. What's actually happened to Hamilton? He seems to have fallen off a little bit. Oh, bugger, I'm pressing the wrong chuffing buttons. There isn't much grip I'm noticing in this race car. Get the fastest lap though. Pretty damn good. 10 laps down then. 9 laps down. Apologies. On to lap 10. Wow, big oversteer there. Incredible to have kept that. I wouldn't be surprised if at some stage we get a safety car or indeed a red flag. I mean, this is Monte Carlo. We've had no yellow flags yet though, which is pretty dang good. Not to jinx it, but we've never had an engine failure. So I really hope that today is not that day. But we do of course have, well, an engine failure. But we've broken 3 seconds to Carlos Sainz, who's actually forming somewhat of a train now. Down to, I believe that's Lando Norris. Obviously it will be Oscar Piastri, Fernando Alonso, when they can gain enough, along with Hamilton and Norris of course. But they aren't really gaining. Lewis has kind of fallen off a little bit throughout this race. 2027 has hit Hamilton hard. That was a really good drift. I didn't even mean to do that, that was pretty good. Pretty good save. Look at that. Beautiful. Very. Did we actually hit the wall? I don't believe we did. We keep it. We did. Cracking. Bit slowly through Portier. It's probably down to me forgetting that I unpaused in Portier, so I can't be too complacent. Well, that's good. Good to know the tyre condition is still looking good. Thank God we've not got simulation damage on. I'd have been dead by now. 7 or 8 times. Colapinto is still quite falling off though, so hopefully if the V-car continues to have some bad pace, then there is a slight chance we lap him toward the end of this stint. Obviously that is lap 29, so 17 more laps on these hard tyres is when the pit window opens. That was the suggested strategy of course, so we see how much the tyres hold up. Maybe we go to 32, try and get a short stint on the medium, because the medium I'm not too confident with. I mean, it's not a very good set of tyres for me. So so we'll have to see. Let's memorize that. Out the tunnel, Colapinto is in, just going into turn 3, or halfway through turn 3 we'll say. That's a wall, that's also a wall. Just mistakes are creeping in just a little bit, which is probably not good. How has Sainz fallen off another 3 seconds? You cannot be this slow, Carlos. And across the line, Colapinto just coming out the tunnel, so we'll memorise that. So remember, Colapinto, turn 3, we're just coming out the tunnel, so we'll see where is the Argentinian driver going to be. It's very odd seeing Colapinto and Doing on the same piece of racetrack as well, by the way. Copy that, Mark. We can easily do that, as long as we don't spin. Well, we'll do that. Goodness me. So let's see. Oh, we've gained a lot to Colapinto. Beautiful. Maybe there is a chance we do get the Argentinian before the end of the stint. A purple sector too, funnily enough. So there is a lot of pace though in this Mercedes car on these tyres. Did just catch a glimpse of us actually improving on this lap time before we turned into Rascar. So let's just see to the line. Amazing. And we get the let's see, complete 5 laps without any. Well, I feel as if I've done that, considering it's now lap 14, lap 14, sorry. And we already got a warning on lap 2, so I feel as if I've done that, to be frank. But oh well. Oh, fiddlesticks. I didn't do that, guys. Do you reckon Sainz saw? Nah. Hello, Turbo, my friend. My PS5 didn't tell me when you comment, so I do apologise. But hello, my friends. Awesome to see you back. How do I change that? Let me just look. Overlay options. Display chat. Let me just see how that works. How does that work? Oh, that's where it pops up. Awesome. Okay, cool. Good to know that works. As we cross the line, Colapinto probably just going into the tunnel, so we're gaining quite a lot of time to the Argentinian, I should hope. Maybe a bit on decked around the streets of Monaco. You can't tell the people here are rich, can't you? Incredible. Actually an improvement instead to 1, going that wide in Massenet. Massenet? That's not Massenet. Is it? No. That's Mirabeau 1. That's Mirabeau 2. That's Portier. Okay. Through the tunnel. Out the tunnel. Colapinto in. Just coming out of turn 1. Well, to be honest, Mark, I wonder why the tyre wear is higher than we're expecting. I am just hitting walls every lap, so... That isn't that bad, Mark. We can get to lap 29 easily. Oh, Mark, you do never fail to amuse me, sir. You bought the PS5 soon? Yes! Come on, my man! That's awesome! That's brilliant news, man. I've only had this game for, well, actually a week and a day, so it's good news. I'll be glad to have you back racing, man. Oh, that's one downshift too many. I haven't actually checked if my stream can hear me, so I hope they can. Let me just check. Awesome, you can. I probably should have checked that 16 laps ago. Anyway, hello to the 4 people watching my stream. Good to have you guys here. Joining me for this, what will be a very long journey, I'm sure. Crossing the line again then, Collar Pinto just in Mirabeau. Well, I mean, there's been quite a few. You can actually get all the driver icons now, and you can add the Breaking Point teams. Breaking Point teams? Breaking Point team. I think if you did pre-order it, according to Biggins, you can add Apex, but I can't add Apex, which is really sad. But you'll see Michael Schumacher. Yeah, Michael Schumacher's here, for some whatever reason, driving for Haas. Do I know why? No. Should we have a look at him? Here you are, Michael. What number are you using, my good sir? Oh, 91. Oh, that's sweet, I understand. It's quite ironic, actually, with Michael driving for Haas. Of course, he's actually taking over the seat of his son that used to drive, funnily enough. So that's kind of bittersweet for Mick, obviously, which is quite funny still. According to some sources I found, Mick Schumacher is going to drive for Hertz Team Jota next year, or the actual Cadillac racing team in WEC, which means obviously if he drives for Jota, then he's replacing JB. Good old Jensen Button. Bring him back, guys. But anyway, apparently that means he could land with the Cadillac Reserve role, which I'll be pretty happy to see Schumacher back. I'll be very happy to see Schumacher back, as a matter of fact. I don't think Schumacher should have been sacked by Haas, to be honest. I think he needed more time. But I do think sacking Schumacher was a good thing for Haas. A good thing for especially Hülkenberg, being able to come back and show that he's still got it. Well, 11 laps then, till we make our first pit stop of the Grand Prix, first of 2, maybe 3. Really depends on the rain. Maybe the rain can strike, maybe it can hit. We'll just see, maybe if there's a safety car or 2, there's a chance. There will certainly be a chance if there's a red flag. See, it will skip the game. And it says it skips 20 minutes, which I think is a bit silly. But I think there is definitely a chance the rain will hit toward the end of this Grand Prix. Bit of oversteer there. Let's just fill about with differential. Awesome. Wow. Big lock up there into the new chicane. He was present at his daughter's wedding. Yeah, I heard about that, but then I heard also people saying that it was not true, so I don't know, maybe it was like an episode of The fucking Simpsons. He was just there on a great big television screen. But I do feel for Michael Schumacher, of course. I mean, to say if he never went skiing, his son might never have been sacked. It's crazy. But I do definitely feel for Schumacher. I think he will most likely die come the end of this decade, which I really don't want to admit and or say on stream. But yeah, he's definitely gonna unfortunately die come probably the end of this decade, more likely the end of the 30s. When was Schumacher born, actually? Alexa, when was Michael Schumacher born?
Michael Schumacher was born on the 3rd of January 1969.
Oh.
La ventaja respecto a tu compañero de equipo es 35,7
Repeat.
segundos.
Sorry, there's nothing for you to repeat.
Oh, alright. Cheers, Alexa. To be honest, I would also love to see Michael in the paddock again. I mean, he certainly deserves to go again, even if it's just to, even if maybe Schumacher comes back and he goes with Schumacher. He was good friends with Vettel, obviously. Good friends with Hamilton, I believe. Maybe if Hamilton keeps going for a few more years, maybe Michael can come back for one race completely under the radar. Of course not as a driver, that's never going to happen, unfortunately. But it is really very sad, if I'm completely honest. It is very, very sad that we will probably never see Michael Schumacher again. Shielded from the public for what will be 12 years by the end of this year. Reminds me a bit of Robert Kubica. Robert had his accident, he came back some 8 years later, and then won fucking Le Mans. But obviously we all know that's not going to happen, unfortunately. There is a Schumacher I'd like to see come back into the paddock. It is Mick and Ralph. I mean, uncle and nephew, of course. According to Biggins, he very much likes Ralph Schumacher. That's a joke, right? I've never asked Biggins about Ralph Schumacher, so I couldn't tell you. Well, nearly a pit stop then to Carlos Sainz. Maybe 5 or 6 more laps, and we'll have that pit stop buffer. I don't know, of course. Getting a lot then, obviously to the V-carb of Colapinto, so with some time, maybe not toward the end of this stint, we'll need to start pushing a lot harder. Of course. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm happy that the Michael is alive, of course, but he's also just virtually not alive, which, like I say, is sad to say, but everyone knows it's true. I thought I was headed straight into the wall there. I think when we get into the pit lane, I'm just gonna refill my water bottle. So I did finish it quite stupidly. I didn't decide to refill it, which was rather silly. But another second taken out of Carlitos this lap, despite the drifting. Could be a pretty good race for Williams. I think if my calculations are correct, they will be topping the standings. Unless George can actually get into the fucking points and do something. But this is Monaco. Anything can happen. Well, as we finish lap 21, should we get a teammate update?
A tu compañero de equipo le sacamos 40,6 segundos. Vienen duros desgastados. Va en 11ª posición. El último tiempo de vuelta ha sido 1:17,7. Estás en la primera posición, en cabeza. Sainz está por detrás de ti. Tienen duros desgastados. Faltan 4 vueltas para que se abra la ventana de boxes.
Well, there's the teammate and race update. 20.8 to Carlos, so we are doing something right, evidently. Have I tried the new Madwing? I haven't been able to drive it yet. Obviously it doesn't come out till next year, thank the heavens. So to be honest, I never thought I'd see 2 races in Spain and not 2 races in Italy, but here we are. With obviously Barca on what is likely to be its last year, unfortunately, on the calendar. I don't mind Barcelona. Pretty decent circuit. I haven't actually driven it on this game, I don't think. I can't remember if it was in Breaking Point or not. But if it wasn't, then I haven't driven it. So I really ought to do that. And I'm definitely going to need to get a setup before tonight as well, for sure. Tyres then obviously wearing down quite a fair bit now toward the end of the stint, so we'll just see what we can do. Hopefully we can go about 10 more laps. The actual wear doesn't seem too bad, but the performance is of course dropping. They will do. The wear won't seem too bad, the performance will drop. But yeah, hopefully we will obviously be able to lap some drivers this race, of course. Lapping the whole field is very, very unrealistic, you know. I'm not Jim Clark, and we're not in Spa. Bit of oversteer there. And again, getting to... You then need a second one in England. I agree. Put Silverstone reverse in real life, honest to God. Silverstone reverse in real life would be absolutely biblical. Take out the chicane, club and Vale. Have it as that little kink thing. And then a diabolical run into Stowe. That would be awesome. I forgot to shift into first. Looks like George really is being hurt by that Alpine of Gasly, of course. But they can't get past him. The Alpine is too slippery. He's a slippery guy. Bit of a corner cut there. We won't talk about that. Bit of understood there. But still, we take some more time out of Colapinto. I think Aiden Jackson, the car ahead of him, obviously followed by Jack Doohan, Liberman, Schumacher, Lawson, and then obviously what will be Calimaya. Then Portoletto, Ocon, I want to say. No, sorry. Schumacher, Ocon, Lawson, and Calimere. Oh, Max run off in FP1, or is FP2 on? I saw that Max run off in FP1. I saw Kimi and Lewis went off as well, funnily enough. Wow, way too much speed in there. Thanks, Mark, I figured. Looks like some cloud is just rolling in then. From Nice, from France. Just inside to free, so the track temp here is just gonna drop just a little bit. just a little less grip.
Vamos a boxes en esta
Let's see what
vuelta.
we're really
La
expecting.
mejor vuelta posible.
I forgot that Mark changed the pit window. That's okay. They're actually now coming out in first, so... What did I say? 5 or 6 laps? We'd have that pit window, and here we are, 5 or 6 laps with that window. At the wall there.
Que todo está a punto.
No damage, thank the heavens. So, I think 5 more laps, 5 or 6 more. We see what happens. Nobody actually in yet. Box, I don't think so, man. Tyres are good. Okay, apart from that massive lockup. Lesson learned, brake earlier into the new chicane.
Entra en esta vuelta, por favor.
That's a bit late there, Mark. We actually
Parece que
have
todo
a pretty
está a
good,
punto.
pretty big lockup into T1. Obviously, with these tyres rolling down, it's going to be a bit more prone to doing that and losing the rear, of course. There's been a pretty substantial gap to Carlos Sainz. I mean, it's incredible how the top 5 has stayed the same ever since we overtook Carlos. I don't remember what lap that was on, but Russell is actually into P10 because Oscar Piastri's pitted. Oscar, the only driver to have pit so far, and he's right in the back of that train. And there he is. There is Franco Colapinto, guys. So the first driver to be lapped in this race, the Argentinian. And I want to do it on track, not in the pit lane, Mr. Franco. So don't you dare pit. Oh, I'm hitting all the walls. Bloody heck.
Parece que todo está...
Turbo, you are not Bono, my friend. Neither are you Mark. Oh, vamos. God, I feel like Raf goddamn Boschung. Worth it. Really revving up those rear tyres now. Rev up those fryers! I think being stuck behind that train is really going to hurt Oscar. I think he might fall behind... Well, I don't know if he was already behind Alonso. So who knows? Sainz actually pits. First of the front runners to pit. Well, first of the top 5 to pit, shall we say. So we'll see where Carlos drops to. Thinking to be behind his fellow Spaniard Alonso, but nope, they actually pit. So Sainz is going to come out in P5. I think that's Norris. Will come out in... What is P6? Alonso P7. Which is actually, I think, capped. They seem to be fighting, actually. Do Alonso and Thingamajiggy. Hulkenberg, so let's see. It'll be close. Maybe Nico can get a run. But we'll need to know who's going to come out in front. Colapinto does pit. Colapinto does go a lap down. Alonso comes out in front, but he's still stuck behind Gasly. Which is pretty good. Not for our race, of course, but for Oscar's. If everyone in front of him gets out the damn way, he should be okay. Big lock up there. To mirror 01, how have we kept that out the wall? Oversteer like fucking 4 seconds lost. Jesus Christ. Albon pits, so the Ferraris are now P2 and 3. Not on merit unless Albon has an absolute shit. Hello, Anime World. How's it going, my friend? Just a second, guys. Apologies, we are back. Oh no, it's actually... It is Aiden Jackson then. And what is P21? We're going to pretend we didn't cut the corner there in the Nouveau chicane. It wasn't me. I think we extend to lap 32, see what we can do. Ferrari are in my dreams as well, by the way, Mr. Anime, so don't worry about that. That is Leon Lawson into the pit lane. Good luck to you too, man. Thank you very much, Tebo. I'll see you very soon, my good sir. Thank you so much for joining, man. It's been good to have the company. But lap 30, so we have actually extended our original stint. Oh, I've done it again. I've shifted into neutral. Fool. Never drive one-handed around Monaco, guys. Or always drive it one-handed. Whatever floats your guys' boat. I'm not here to judge. Get out the way, Mr. Jackson. Thank you very much. Leclerc actually pits. And look at Norris on the back of that train now. Incredible. So the McLaren has actually caught up pretty substantially. It's Michael Schumacher. He was into the pits in front of us. Jack Doohan moves out the way. Thank you very much, Jack. Overtake Gasly and Antonelli. I assume that would be. I pressed the wrong pedal there. Pretty big lock up into turn 1 again. A little bit more speed than what we've taken lately. So we've had the DRS open there, just for a little bit. I believe Hamilton should pit this lap. Come out very near, I'd like to say Leclerc, maybe no, a bit closer to Norris if, of course, the McLaren has caught up. So, one more lap then. We'll put on lap 32. It's a pretty good omen that we've pit lap 32 because George has just come into the pit lane. So, cracking. Cali Mare comes in ahead of us.
George está
The
en
back marker.
boxes. George en boxes.
Now, I think that George has just jumped Nico Hulkenberg. Indeed he has! So George now actually into a points-paying position. And so has... Is that Antonelli? Has jumped Hulkenberg? Indeed it is. I'm not sure where George is. Where is George? Oh, he's into P12. Oh. How the fuck has he lost a position? Did Antonelli jump him? Where's Antonelli? Oh, he did. Oh, he's miles ahead. Oh. I didn't realise that. Well, George is not into a points-paying position. I can do that for you, Mark. Oh, sugar. Oh, I forgot to pit. Oh, well, one more it is. Should we just go to lap 35? Yeah, why not? Are there actually 11 people watching the stream? That is my question. Obviously one of them is me. Carlos Sainz is out! Carlos is out! Oh my goodness! What happened? Oh, he blew up! Oh! Oh, Carlos! Oh, we could have had his first podium. Go for a puncture. Oh my goodness, no. I'm not doing that. I think the AI just aren't good at Monaco. Where's the difficulty? Because I think the difficulty is on like 100, in or around that. I don't remember. It is like 100 though, so. But I am having fun, to be honest, so. It's my career mode. I mean, to be honest, I was just bored. I thought, sod it, I can do a stream. See if people join, it might increase my popularity a little bit. But I mean, it would have made more sense to have done 100% Spain, considering I've got that in FRS later tonight. But that's okay. I mean, I haven't pit yet. They have, so. I mean, I also keep smashing into walls. So, thank the heavens I'm on a reduced damage. So we will peel into the pits then, at the end of this lap. Onto the medium tyres. 2.8 stop, not too bad. But I'm having some fun, so if I'm completely honest, I mean, there's no reason why I shouldn't be playing. Very annoyingly though, we come out right in the middle of this pack of Aiden Jackson, Michael fucking Schumacher, and what was Jack doing, but is no longer Jack doing. Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Moving out the way. And Colapinto. Fair play to you, my friends. Fair play. You've actually got into 18th. Fair game, my friend. It would help if Michael and obviously Franco get out the way. Mediums are an awesome tire to puncture. I actually fucking love it. Actually do go purple somehow in the middle sector. Callie gets out the way. City woman. Could have moved sooner. Mediums are an awesome tire to puncture. Thank you for getting out the way, Ollie. Hello, Mr. Bortolette. Please and thank you, boss. Awesome, thank you so much, Gabby. Get the woman out the F1. Get her away, she's too intimidating. We've actually gone purple in Sector 1 by some form of, like, divine miracle. I'm not sure by how much. How the fucking hell are we 1.2 seconds up? What the heck? I also, like, completely forgot to refill my water bottle. So I'll go and do that in a few minutes, probably at the end of this lap, because I'm quite thirsty. So, is this the base car? No, we're in Season 3, so Mercedes have, I think, upgraded a little bit. I'm not sure if we're maxed out. I haven't actually done any upgrades for a hot minute, so I think the AI are just pretty bad at Monaco, to be honest. Because I was sitting behind Science for ages. At 12.4, I'm very happy with that. I think with some time we'll be quicker than our quality lap. Right, go away. I am gonna go and refill the water bottle. Thank the heavens. That's the wrong button. So I will be back in just a few minutes, guys. Do please enjoy yourselves, keep yourselves entertained. Many apologies, gang. We so back. Was debating with the brother because he wasn't happy about me eating like 2 of his fucking discos because that's my breakfast and shit. Despite it being like 1:30, so. Oh, it's 10 to 3. It's not even 1:30. That was a bit of a far off estimate there, Logan. Well done. Boom! I hope that made it better, Tobias. Oh, I'm looking at my phone trying to get the damn chat back up. I feel like the car does have rocket fuel. Even if you put a rocket ship, we will still be first. Oh god damn, Norris is actually into 4th. Holy crap. I think I might cause a red flag to try and spice it up. Why the fuck not? That's a wall. I want to play before my eyes. Alright then, Tobias, I'll see you later, my good sir. Awesome chatting to you, man. Let's cause that red, shall we? Fiddlesticks, I spam. Ah, fuck. Apparently that was too severe of a collision with Lawson. Fiddlesticks. Anyway, with the red flag, I do indeed hope that the red... There we go. It's gonna rain. Perfect. I do believe that the guys we lapped have got their lap back now. That's Carlos. Indeed, I believe they have. Awesome. Well, the rain could come pretty fast now. That'd be awesome. Only 5 minutes, we should have gone on the softs. Well, let's crack on then. We're going to want to get into the pit lane as quick as we can. Yellow flags behind. I'm sure that's just everyone going slow through the hairpin. Actually, maybe it isn't. Maybe it is. I don't know. Suppose I'll find out. Jesus, big luck up there. Yeah, I think it was just Behrman and Hulkenberg going side by side. Hang on a minute, why is Hulkenberg down there? That's Bortoletto. Apologies. Pace!
Se permite el uso del DRS, repito, DRS operativo.
Oh, nearly. Bit of oversteer coming out of Portier. I think I'm the only one watching my own stream now, which is kind of sad.
Acabas de hacer la vuelta rápida de la carrera. La ventaja respecto a tu compañero de equipo es 13,1 segundos. Bien, Calum, los datos nos indican un alto nivel de desgaste de los neumáticos. Céntrate en cuidarlos. Bien hecho. Vuelta rápida de la carrera. Los ecos parecen los neumáticos más rápidos ahora. Todo está a punto. Seguirá chispeando otros 20 minutos como mínimo. Los secos son los mejores neumáticos por ahora. No te preocupes por los neumáticos, están bien. Ten en cuenta que la pista está cada vez más mojada. Aún así, es mejor que sigas rodando por ahora. Si montamos las intermedias tan pronto, perderemos tiempo. A tu compañero de equipo le sacamos 23,3 segundos. Sé que la cosa se está poniendo fea, pero tienes que aguantar. Creo que aún no conviene montar los intermedios. está cambiando. Vamos a tener que cambiar de estrategia, así que es momento de ir a boxes. Vale, tomo nota. La cosa se está poniendo interesante para las ruedas, pero creo que ahora mismo lo acertado es seguir con las que llevamos. Va a seguir chispeando otros 20 minutos. Mala suerte, por desgracia no es lo que nos hacía falta, pero no te preocupes, concéntrate y ánimo, que aún queda mucho. Recibido, te esperamos en el pit al final de esta vuelta. Completado, vamos. Una parada fantástica. Ha sido más rápida de lo planeado. A ver, no pises la línea blanca a la salida. Si entras en la pista nos penalizarán por maniobra peligrosa. George está en boxes. George en boxes.
Completely forgot I was muted, so you know, I apologise for that. Welcome to the rain, everybody. By the way, welcome to FP2. So yeah, ignore the background noise. It's keeping me sane these last 28 laps. Well, I mean, the rain is here. I really wanted to complete that tyre objective. Piss. Yeah, I did really want to complete that tyre wear objective, but the second the rain hit, it was no more. So, there we go. We're going to end up drifting this car through the rain here. Car is disabled, so now we are officially in the rain. So the weather report.
Va a seguir chispeando un rato. No sabemos cuál es el mejor neumático ahora, si secos o intermedios.
Perfect. Very slowly. I'm not sure why we didn't save the penalty in the pit lane, but we didn't, so we're carrying that above our heads now. It's the end of the race. So, I mean, I would love a red flag to have a little break, but just a safety car. But let's keep pushing. We go round the final corner for another time. On to lap 52, this Grand Prix. Oh. Oh,
Parece que todo está a punto.
it is gonna rain in FP2, by the way, so we're living the Zandvoort life in a completely different country and a different day.
Por ahora no hay problemas con los neumáticos. Sigue cuidando.
Sorry, I was drinking. So I apologise, gentlemen and ladies. It's going to be just taking it slow. We don't want to wreck this car, but equally, we don't want to fuck it and Albon gets the win. But he's still got 4.4 to gain, so plenty of time. I think that George Russell is actually in the top 10. And it's that Yuki Tsunoda. How has he done that? I don't know. But George is into P10. So that's currently 26 points coming our way. No fastest lap point anymore, I don't believe, unless the game still has it. I'm not sure. Let's keep pushing. 25 to go. Gonna have some fun drifting now. Albon is actually gaining right now, so we do actually kind of need to put our foot down a little bit. What do we all think then? Bottas and Perez at Cadillac. Horner was obviously rumoured to be the principal. Thank God he's not. Can you guys tell I'm not a Christian Horner fan?
La ventaja respecto a tu compañero de equipo es 33,8 segundos.
Wrong button. That's a wheel logo. Ow. I mean, if we look at that, it was a miracle that we would ever save it anyway. But if we kept that, that would have been beautiful. Should we try again? Oh, fiddlesticks. Oh my goodness, that's a big crash for Stroll. What on earth is happening there? How has he ended up there? Well, no more dry running in FP3 then. It's gonna rain. FP2, sorry. Hey, look at that cruise ship. That's pretty cool. Let's see what happened to Stroll. Let me look. Oh! It's a big hit.
You okay, lads? Okay, that's good to hear that he is indeed okay. Now, let's watch what happens. So he's gone there, carried the understeer. The two Ferraris are further round. I don't think they're the issue. And he's just locked up.
Oh.
He's just locked up the front. But
Big
I think
hit.
that's because he was going so fast. It's a bit of ambition over Anisha there, really.
I'd like to see a slow motion replay from on board as to exactly when he started turning there and how the car responded. Let's go to the scene of the accident, as it were. Jacques Villeneuve is down there.
Oh, why is Jacques Villeneuve there, bro? I hate that guy.
What did you see?
Well, it's a tough corner here because that changes, you know, from banking from one side to the other. And then you can go high, low. Of course, when you go high, you need more distance to go around. But normally a banking corner, when you go high, you go up the hill as you turn in. So it slows you down. You can gradually get into the line. And then when you suddenly exit, you're coming from a higher ground and you accelerate out of the corner almost in a straight line. And if you go the low line, it's the other way around. You go in, you pick up speed, then you lose some out. This corner is odd because it doesn't rely. It actually goes down and goes the drivers cannot use the inside line. I mean, there are moments why not with a perfect balance through the right hander before it. There's no way they can anyway make the apex, the bottom line of this corner, just the way it's been designed. So they have to shoot for the top anyway because the inside of the track is wrong. Dramatically, the car gets slide, one wheel the inside, one wheel gets on the ground, suddenly it picks up grip again, and that's it. So it's a very tricky corner. The outside line is the only possible line. So it's a shame that this corner dipped down so much, but it makes it super interesting to watch drivers go like that. It's counterintuitive to drive such a high line close to the wall and wait for
So you get a teammate status, fellas.
Compañero de equipo le sacamos 36,1 segundos. Tienen intermedios recién puestos. Va en 10ª posición. El último tiempo de vuelta ha sido 1 minuto 24,6. La ventaja respecto a tu compañero de equipo es 37,1 segundos. Llevas 10 segundos al monoplaza que viene por detrás.
I was muted the entire time, so I apologise. Again, I keep forgetting I do that. But thank you for the encouragement, Mark.
Otherwise, trust your opinion. Don't worry about that one. Thanks ever so much, Bernie. Gary Gannon, Lance Stroll's race engineer.
No te preocupes por los neumáticos. Sigue adelante.
Is he taking his hands? Like how he gets the ball?
Parece que va a seguir chispeando un rato. Repito, va a seguir chispeando.
Right, well, that means we can pause the coverage. Flip it off because there is a red flag and adverts, which is the things that you love to see. Slipping and sliding. Fuck's sake. I didn't mean to press that. Alex Albon actually clawing some time back, and he's going to continue doing that, especially if we keep tapping wheels like that and doing that. No way Albon doesn't gain after that. Well, 19 more laps to go then, here in Monte Carlo. So far been a race of tops and turns. We didn't have Carlos Sainz, who could have won this race with our 5-second penalty. The red flag for us spinning at the hairpin. Well, we actually got the 5-second penalty from a collision with Liam Lawson in the V-Cub. We've had George, our teammate, find his way back into the points, and Sonoda, with some miracles, getting up into P8. What's going to happen in the final 19 laps of this race? Who knows?
Vale, tienes... Parece que todo está a punto. Las ruedas están en buenas condiciones. La ventaja respecto a tu compañero de equipo es 43,5 segundos. Eso ha tenido que doler. ¿Te encuentras bien? Confirma si estás bien.
Fiddlesticks. Well, that's a spot above her. First time we've just kind of driven into the new chicane, I guess. Kind of annoying how the flashback didn't really fucking flashback, but you know. Maybe we might lose the win.
Mucho cuidado, la suspensión va un poco tocada. ¿Estás bien? Ese ha sido uno de los gordos. Confirma que estás bien. ha chispeado. Calum, el alerón delantero ha sufrido daños y hay que cuidarlo. Protégelo, vamos. Ahora mismo llevas una ventaja de 7 segundos sobre el coche que viene por detrás. ¿Estás bien? Para el motor, para el motor. A tu compañero de equipo le sacamos 50,0 segundos. Mala suerte. ha pasado? Dime si estás bien.
Half a lap, lap and a half to go here in the Principality. It's been, well, some could say complete dominance from Callum Boysen in the Mercedes. Carlos Sainz, very, very unlucky. Definitely could have won this race. Definitely should have been on the podium, but his engine blew up. So some treacherous luck for the Spaniard. Well, we come to the line then. We've got one more lap to go. And if we can just make it to the line, for the first time in nearly a decade, Mercedes will get a win in the Principality, and they'll get their first win in nearly 4 years in Formula One. No wins from Russell or Antonelli over the past few seasons, and it comes down to the young great Callum Boysen, the FIA F3 graduate, FIA F3 champion in this timeline.
La ventaja respecto a tu compañero de equipo es 59,6 segundos.
Getting promoted to Haas. They skipped F2 completely. They said he doesn't need it. He's so good. And they gave him a shot. Lo and behold, third F1 race, podium. Second F1 race, a podium. And Ollie Behrman also in the same race getting that win. So Haas 1-2, and Haas, they took the gamble 2 years ago. He wanted to move to Ferrari. He didn't get it. Mercedes, they came and snatched him up. He's had an incredible drive in his first race for Mercedes. Callum Boysen comes round Raskas, the fabled restaurant, power slides out the corner, taps the wall into Anthony Nose. He's going to weave across the line. It is an incredible result for Callum Boysen. The Brit wins in Monaco, and it is Mercedes' first win in nearly a decade here in the Principality. What a Grand Prix we've just had.
This has been truly magnificent driving. It's victory for Callum Boysen.
It's always great to kick off the season with a race victory. You hit the ground running, and it's really good for your confidence as well moving forward. It's so important to set off on the right footing, and that's exactly what they've been able to achieve today.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix. Been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
Well, after an incredible round one here in Monte Carlo, let's run you through your driver's standings following the Monaco Grand Prix. So Callum Boysen tops it, Alex Albon in the Williams, P2, Charles Leclerc, a home podium once again for the Monegasque driver in P3, 15 points. Lando Norris, brilliant recovery drive from the grid, P4 with 12 points. Lewis Hamilton, followed by Oscar Piastri in P5 and 6 on 10 and 8 points respectively. Alonso, first points of the season, first points in a very long time for the Aston Martin driver, who somehow hasn't retired. I'm very shocked. Yuki Tsunoda, an incredible recovery drive, deserved driver of the day completely there, does the Japanese driver, 4 points. Pierre Gasly in the Alpine, the French outfit's first points in nearly 2 seasons. In nearly a good recovery drive from our teammate in the Mercedes. 1 point for our teammates. So your constructor standings very close between the top 4 teams. Mercedes, we lead the way with 26 points. Ferrari 1 point behind us on 25. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri in McLaren, they've got 20 points, 6 points behind. Alex Albon with the P2 today, 8 points behind us on 18 points. Alonso has 6 points. That's Aston's only points of the season. P5 on 6 points for them. Red Bull 4 points. Tsunoda scores, Ocon doesn't. And Alpine 2 points. Gasly scores, and Jack Doohan continues to search for a point. Well, everybody, that has been it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you guys in just a little bit for FRS in Spain tonight. So thank you so much for joining, guys. But from me and from the good old FP2, it has been a wonderful, wonderful race. So au revoir, arrivederci, adios.